What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Zebec today, ZBCN. Hit that like button, you guys. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it, my friends. It is the 22nd day of October. Here we are at about $0.0036 right now. We got 9 hours and 51 minutes left in the day. Zebec Network posted this yesterday, talking about the Federal Reserve's first Payments Innovation Conference, which they didn't mention Zebec or ZBCN or anything like that, but I think the fact that they had this conference, they talked about a lot of things that ZBCN is about. I think that's very suggestive that you're in the right realm of investments whenever it comes to crypto with projects like ZBCN. I haven't watched all of this conference, and I'm going to make a summary video about it and just tell you guys what bullish things I think they were saying there, and maybe bearish things as well. You never know. So look for that video. That might come out later today, but I do think that this is bullish nonetheless. You know, having some kind of infrastructure put in, regulatory infrastructure put in for payments and things like this that ZBCN is all about. You know, AI-based PayFi. I mean, literally, they talked about AI in payments. They talked about stable coins. They talked about how to use digital assets as a form of payment and for payroll and stuff like that. They talked about all this stuff, which is very, very much. I mean, that's ZBCN in all rolled up in one kind of little poorly worded summary there. Looking at this here from $0.0036, 9 hours and 50 minutes left in this day here, the 22nd of October. We are down a little bit, and again, the thought here being that we're probably going to get some kind of a fake out. I think if we were to break out from here, we would have done it already, right? We would have gone lower. Bitcoin moved down yesterday, right? We had a little bit of a move down, and today we've actually pushed lower. Altcoins as a whole have kind of moved down. We've seen a little shakeout across the board in the markets. If Zebec wanted to go lower from here, I think it would have done so. I think it would have taken that opportunity to do so. This opportunity right now, the fact that you haven't, I believe we're going to get a fake out of this range overall. Perhaps this is the low. Perhaps we reach a little bit lower, but I do believe the low, more or less around this area, is in, right? Like if I called for this to be the low, and then 3 days later this low came in and that was the actual low, I don't really care. Whatever. It's the low. We're at the low point now. We absolutely are. Looking at this here on a 1 hour time frame, zooming in a little bit. You know, nice little reaction there. You got your lower low. You got bullish divergence on the RSI. Stochastics are coming up, and the MACD itself does not have bullish divergence. Kind of. Maybe you do. I mean, from here, you know, you are lowering your histogram here, higher low, price, lower low. I mean, maybe you do have bullish divergence. You definitely have it on the RSI. You've got some kind of positive structure building here on the MACD, but it's the 1 hour, so who cares? You know, it's not that big of a deal. Stochastics are suggestive that we move higher as well. And looking at the 4 hour time frame here, hold on, let's see. Looking at the 4 hour time frame here, I'm not a big fan of the MACD. The stochastics could come up a little bit, and that'd be nice. I think by the end of the day, if we could come up and have these stochastics get out of the oversold zone, that'd be positive. The RSI here, finding support in the same areas that it's found support before. What we're looking for this time is a different reaction, right? We don't want to get lower highs. We want to get higher highs. So let's, instead of finding resistance at the 60, let's break above this. Let's get above this line here, this resistance point here. I don't care if we get above this point, but let's just get above this point and turn the beat around. Instead of getting lower highs, let's get a higher high, okay, from this area. Because if we get a lower high, that would actually be very suggestive, I think, that we do, in fact, go lower than this price here, which is fine. It's fine if we do. Again, we can go all the way down to 0033, 00309, you know, all the way up in this area here. This is fine. This is the land of safety and security once we get down here, right? It's an area to buy if we get down there, but there's no guarantee that we will, and we are looking for some kind of fake out here. That's my expectation at the moment, at least. I want to look at this with some volume on it, on the Bybit chart. Not a whole lot of volume, right? It's like you're breaking out, but the breakout's not breaking. You're not getting any volume. It makes me think that we're going to reverse from here. We're going to reverse, and I really wouldn't be surprised at all if Zebec did something exactly like this, where we just had a massive, I mean, mark my words, this will probably age like fine wine. By the end of this week, we're probably going to be at 0046 or higher. We're going to be back up in this area of resistance and despair, of false hopes and dreams. We're going to be up in this area here, except I think we're going to consolidate and probably break out of that. It won't hold us down forever this time. That's my thoughts with the next interaction of that zone overall. Looking at the stochastics, the RSI, I mean, we're at areas to bounce. We just have to do it. If not, we likely will go down to 0033 or 00309, and that's fine. If we do, it's not the expectation, but if it happens, it's not a big surprise either, right? Daily time frame here, the MACD is all messed up, man. We don't even care. We're not going to analyze that because, I mean, it could be at a point to turn around here. It could be at a point to continue and be bearish. You've been moving sideways, it's not going to be as reliable. In times like this, the MACD, I don't care if we're on the daily time frame or what, when you move sideways, it's less reliable. Stochastics are suggestive that we go down. Stochastics are a little bit less reliable when you're moving sideways as well, but they are suggestive that we move down. We have found support in this area a couple of times. Right, if we look at this right here, we found support right here, a little bit lower each time, to be fair, some resistance right here. This is support right there, turbulence in this zone here. This is an area that Zebec actually likes to respect on the stochastics, so whether the stochastics find support here or we keep going down, I guess that will really dictate if we do see prices down at 0033 or lower, something in that zone, or if we bounce from here. So we're looking for a green day today or tomorrow, right? Sometime soon. By the end of this week, we need to start turning the beat around, and we need to be moving up, I think, above 004 by the end of this week if we want these stochastics to look bullish and turn around from here. The RSI is at the same areas that it's bounced from before. We've actually found support at this 40 level several times. We found support right there, a little bit of support just below here, support right there, right? This is also a very common area for the RSI to find support, and overall the RSI does look very bullish, actually, getting overbought, not getting oversold. Living in above the 50 and below the 50 at times, kind of neutral but bullish overall. I really do expect that regardless of what happens here, whether we move sideways, whether we move up a little bit, whether we move down a little bit, whatever happens, soon enough we will be ripping through the roof. We will be breaking out of this triangle of patience, let's say, right? It's not really a triangle of despair because you're not really like selling off, right? You're just kind of moving sideways and being boring. It's the triangle of patience. It's the triangle of being patient, right? We thought you'd be breaking out here. You moved down a little bit, but who cares? Now you've just been moving sideways, right? We're gonna break out of this soon and to the upside, and when we do, we will likely see overbought readings on the daily time frames, but also overbought readings on the weekly RSI and stochastics, which are very powerful signals, right? The last time we got overbought on the RSI, we saw growth. In 3 weeks, we saw growth from a low to a high that was about a 5.5x. I can only imagine what happens whenever we get overbought again, what the next 3 weeks, what the next 3 months will bring us, right? I very much do assume that from a high to a low, we're going to go all the way up to about a 3-cent price or more. That's the expectation. Here we are at 0.0036 right now. ZBCN has immense potential by the end of November, if not certainly by the end of the year, to see something on the lines of what I would think is a 8x move to a 21x move. And I'm personally expecting that we do see something in this area here, more at about 4.4 cents to 7.7 cents, something in this zone here. Overall, that's the expectation for the next move. The short-term stuff is just noise, so who cares? Let it drop. Let it bore you. Let it excite you. Whatever it is, they're all taking you to the same path higher, okay? And likely by the end of this year, if not even by the end of November, we could be up in this area, genuinely. So it just depends on what ZBCN wants to do. It depends on how fast the market starts to recover and how we react in correspondence to that. So I'll see you guys on the next one. I've got nothing else to say. I am going to be doing some research on this Federal Reserve meeting, and we'll see if anything is bullish pertaining to Zebec or other cryptos as well for the space. Take care. Hit the like button. Subscribe. Thank you all. Bye-bye.